welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup, where I'm going to cover the games that took place in the LCK and LPL this morning, as well as preview the 4 major regions for tomorrow. That may sound familiar because yesterday I said I was going to do this, and I didn't. I ended the video abruptly. That's because at the time, I lost track of my days. I thought it was Wednesday. It was not Wednesday. It was Thursday. It was not Thursday. It was Wednesday. Jesus Christ, you know. So, I have already filmed this video once. I've already filmed this twice. And I've filmed this once. And it didn't do any of the audio. Now, I'm not one for editing. I'm not the one for retakes. But when there's absolutely no audio, I'm kind of screwed. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this. And I'm going to do this. And then this part may be scuffed from yesterday because I don't want to talk about it a third time. Because I don't think that I'm going to be able to give a genuine opinion of these games. I'm going to probably speed run it because I'm so disinterested in talking about I don't know, CLG and TSM for a third time. So sorry about that. Later on today, my top 25 power rankings are going to come out if you enjoy that sort of content. So all the power rankings that are on here, that will be updated by the end of the day. As well as go to the Discord. The link is in the description. That will be for those that want to BS about the game while they're going on. Some people have shown interest in watch parties. As long as the mod is there, I don't care in case somebody says something stupid or does something stupid. You know, somebody's there. But that's the deal. Now, for my Patreon, that link is in the description. I went 4-0 and then 4-3 on over-unders. So if you like esports betting legally and things like that, that's there for you if you want my insight. LCK, Kwangdong, and Damwon. Damwon would win, going to 10-7, winning 2-0. Duckdom 12-2-12, 35% of the team's damage. Showmaker 7-1-19 in mid. See, I didn't even have to look at the numbers because I've already said it. Teddy 11-5-3 in mid. Not in mid, in 80 carry. See, I should be reading the board. 35% of that team's damage. KT beat the living hell out of DRX. DRX showed up so flat today. It was probably the worst, series we've seen all split long. KT won both games in 24 minutes. Kill score was 33-2. Vikla 7-0-15 in mid, 29% of the team's damage. Cuz 8-0-13 in the jungle. Deft had the best scoreline and didn't have either of the kills for DRX, going 0-2-2, 34% of their damage. Stars of the day, Rascal, Cuz, Showmaker, Duckdom, and Life. LPL, FPX, and Team Wii. FPX would win 2-0, moving on to 7-9. Team Wii 0-15 now. Summit 8-3-13 and top with 40% of the team's damage, which is incredible. Top laners usually don't do that, especially in wins. Demon is not an upgrade over Bubu. I did not think that before. Bubu is a problem, but I did not think, it was bad. Clid 8-3-16 in the jungle. Jing for Team Wii, 3-4-2, 41% of their damage. Thunder Talk and Ultra Prime. Thunder Talk now 7-8. My guilty pleasure. My power rankings. Ultra Prime 3-12. TT, I think I said 1-2-0. UCal 11-0-11 in mid, 35% of their damage. Kepler 8-2-16 at 80 carry. Elk 5-3-4 for Ultra Prime with 40% of their damage. Stars of the day: Summit, Clid, UCal, Kepler, and Hung. Tomorrow, Nongshim and HLE will play. Game has no meaning whatsoever. Nongshim 3-13, HLE 1-15. Red Force lost to T1 2-1. HLE lost to Bro 2-1. Week 2, Day 5, Nongshim played 2-1. 1-2-1. Dread 9-3-12. BDD versus Karis is what I want to watch. Both players have left a lot to be desired. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. So, a lot to be desired from BDD and Karis for opposite reasons. BDD is a veteran and Nongshim has looked like crap. A lot to do with BDD and Ghost just not giving us what we thought they would. Even in spring they didn't. And Karis is a very young player. HLE has a lot of young players, and I feel like OnFleek has not given them that veteran presence to kind of bring it all together. So I don't know if they have to get a veteran top laner in there, a veteran support. But I feel like Karis is not the problem. Neither is Samdi or Choni, maybe. As of right now. They're very young. We don't give them some time, I guess, but They were pretty bad. Bro versus Sandbox, last games for them of, regular season in 2022. Sandbox 11th, 12 and 5. 12 and 5. Fred Brion 3 and 14. Bro lost to Gen G 2-0. Sandbox beat T1 2-0. Week 3, day 4. Sandbox would win 2-0. Prince 10-1 and 15. Morgan versus Dove is what I want to watch. If there is a hole in Sandbox's game, it is Dove. And Morgan has played okay over the last few weeks. Overall, I guess. So we'll see if Morgan can show up. Lava played really good last week. Did not look good against Gen G, but not many people do. So we'll see how that goes. IG versus LGD, another series that has no meaning. IG coming off of a loss to OMG 2-1. LGD coming off of a win against Rare Atom 2-1. Week 2, day 1, or maybe week 7, day 1. LGD won 2-1. Jinzhao 2-8 and 25. Wink versus Jinzhao is what I want to watch. 2 former 80 carries in the support role for the first time. Jinzhao might have been in the support role last year, but I know Wink, this is new for Wink. So we'll see how they fare against each other. It might be really smash mouth down there and aggressive with 480 carries in a bot lane. Weibo versus LNG. Weibo 6th in the power rankings at 10 and 5. LNG 7 and 8. Weibo coming off of a win against FPX 2-0, and LNG coming off of a loss to Rare Atom 2-1. Week 6, day 4 of spring. Weibo would win 2-1. Weibo. Someone tried to tell me how to pronounce it, and honestly, I'm just all over the place. I mean, Angel 14-7 and 17. Angel versus Doomby is what I want to watch. 2 very clean, veteran mid laners. Doomby much more than Angel, but nevertheless, both players kind of not doing as much as you would like for their teams this split. More so Doomby than Angel, but I feel like that's a matchup to watch, including the junglers. How does SFM and Tarzan affect that matchup? But, so I'm trying to figure out how I even want to end this video. So what's going to happen now is it's going to go to me talking about that yesterday. And then I'm going to give you this outro, which is, I am incredibly tilted. So I thought I had this saved, but because I'm saving memory on my computer, I overwrote yesterday's video. So, really, really scuffed today. If you have stuck with me throughout this whole time, you are hitting some all-time scuff levels today. LEC, BDS and Misfits. BDS 2 and 13, Misfits 9 and 6. BDS coming off an upset win against XL, and Misfits coming off of an upset win against Mad Lions. One is obviously not the same as the other. Week 3, day 1, Misfits won. Vethio 6-0 and 6. Last time they played. Nuclear Ints coming off the game of his life for BDS versus Vethio, who's coming off of a spring where he won MVP, and summer's not been so hot, but lately Misfits are on a roll. So we'll see if Misfits can continue or BDS can play spoiler again. Vitality versus SK. Vitality 20th in the power rankings and 9 and 6. SK 6 and 9. Vitality lost to Astralis last time they're on the Rift, and SK beat Rogue. Vitality won the last time they're on the Rift. Everybody played week 3, day 1 against each other in the LEC. Haru went 5-0 and 5 on a Belveth. Karzi versus Jezu is what I want to watch. These bot lanes are pretty lackluster, so which one is going to show up bigger? Sometimes Karzi doesn't show up at all. Rogue versus XL, both in the power rankings as of this second. XL will probably not be in there in a few hours. Rogue 16th, 9 and 6. XL 22 and 7 and 8. XL, like I said, got upset by BDS, and Rogue got upset by SK. Rogue won last time they're on the Rift. Comp went 8-4 and 5. Malrung versus Marcoon is what I want to watch. 2 junglers that facilitate and make things happen if their team is to succeed. So whichever jungler can get their laners ahead will probably win the game. Fnatic versus Astralis, both teams 7 and 8. Very important game for playoffs. Fnatic lost to G2. Astralis, like I said, beat Vitality. Fnatic won the last time they played against each other. Upset went 7-0 and 5. Hilly versus Jonghoon is what I want to watch. Jonghoon was not on that. Well, he was. This was earlier in summer, not in spring. But Jonghoon has played very well this split, and Hilly's coin flip as hell. So if Hilly goes up on heads, I mean, Fnatic probably wins, but If he doesn't, there's a chance for Astralis to win. Astralis have played very, very, it's been a big surprise the way they've played in summer. I did not expect 7 and 8 out of this roster at all. Mad Lions and G2, both in the power rankings. Mad 9th, 10 and 5. G2 22nd, 9 and 6. Mad Lions lost to Misfits. G2 beat Fnatic. Mad Lions won the last time they played. Armit went 7, 2, and 8 on a gangplank. Armit versus Broken Blade is what I want to watch. I feel like these two top laners are very similar. Can play a little bit of everything, so it'll be an interesting matchup to see how they want to play it tomorrow. If they want to play carries against each other, if they want to play tanks, weak side champions, things of that nature. LCS TL 21st, 10 and 5. Dig are 3 and 12. TL come off of a win against EG. Dig off of a loss to TSM. Week 1, Day 2, TL 1. Hansama 4-0 and 4. That was against Neo, not Spawn, who's now in for Dig. Spawn's looked pretty okay for Dig, given that Dig stinks. So it's Hansama versus Spawn for me to watch. And see if, Spawn can continue the good performances. TL have shown that there are vulnerabilities in their game. I wouldn't be shocked by anything anymore in the LCS. EG versus Golden Guardians. EG 12 and 3, 10th in the power rankings. Golden Guardians 4 and 11. EG lost to TL, and Golden Guardians lost to Immortals. Week 3, Day 2, EG 1. Inspired went 7-1 and 5 on a Kane, if you recall. So, Inspired versus River is what I want to watch. River was not on Golden Guardians at the time. He was on Dig. Inspired and River are two very, very, very good junglers. Inspired obviously better than River, but River should improve Golden Guardians, but he really hasn't because Golden Guardians jungle wasn't the problem. So, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Fly versus 100 Thieves. Fly 7 and 8. 100 Thieves 12 and 3. 13th in the power rankings. Fly beat CLG very late last week in a game where they had less kills than CLG. FlyQuest lost to CLG with more kills than CLG. Despite going over this multiple times already, I still do not have it. So, last time they played was Week 4, Day 1, Fly 1, Johnson 6-0-6 on Azeri. Jose versus Closer is what I want to watch. Jose, Diodo, and Closer are both mechanically so cracked. They are freaking good. So, we're going to see how it goes. Which jungler can carry their team or make things happen to get a win. TSM versus CLG. TSM 5 and 10, CLG 10 and 5. TSM beat Dig, CLG beat Fly. Week 1, Day 2, CLG 1, Poom 4-2 and 11 on a Seraphine. We'll see if they pull it out again, or if TSM can continue their success. I'm going to watch Instinct versus Luger. Instinct has not been as good as Spawn since he got called up. That was the expectation, but kind of wanted more. Instinct has kind of given us a couple real pop-off games and then been non-existent. The other games, absolutely. Shut out, non-existent. And then Luger has started to perform up to the standard we thought he would coming out of Academy. Last game, Immortals and C9. Immortals 4 and 11 off of their win against GG. C9 8 and 7 after losing to 100 Thieves. Week 1, Day 2, Immortals 1. Power of Evil 6-0 and 4. PoE versus Jensen is what I want to watch. Voted on by the LCS as 2 of the top 5 mid laners all time in the LCS. So that'll be interesting. PoE got the better of him the last time around. We'll see what happens this time. And now on to my outro. Thank you for watching the video and going through all that edited crap. I hate editing my videos. I hate doing all that because not only you're like, oh no, you're lazy. No, not really. I just feel like it's not authentic. When you can clean up your takes, all of a sudden things aren't showing exactly how you really felt. You're just kind of like cleaning it up for the camera. You're cleaning it up for people's opinions and perspective. You're trying to be safe where you really just go with your gut and say what you really want to say at the time. And then later on, you can always say, well, I didn't know. I looked at the stat. No, it's not even that. I didn't know. You say, hey, I'm looking at the stats. And I say to myself, you know what? Now after looking at the stats or looking at this closely, I was wrong. And that sort of transparency is what you need to have. But thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Like I said, later today, the power rankings will come out, the top 25. So, yeah, go to the Discord if you want, go to the Patreon if you want, and thank you for watching.